Hi there and welcome back to Japan and to another reaction and review, this time of Scandal's Love Survive being played live. As always, this is the review video. If you want to see the reaction, pause this, click the little link in the description below which allows you to watch the reaction, and then you can see the song along with me if you haven't already seen it, or if you just want to see how I reacted to it, and then you can come back here for the review, because I'm about to give you the review now. So you ready for it? Here it comes. Okay, this song was in many ways, well, I mean, obviously I heard it before. We did it on Scandal Weekend, and as you guys almost definitely know, because you probably were Scandal fans who saw that video as well, it was the one song that I felt I almost couldn't review, because the compression, the way that it was done, like I said in the reaction, I don't like to be a studio snob, pretty open-minded on these things, sorry. I'll listen to pretty much a huge variation of everything from overproduction to over-raw, but it was just unlistenable, and it's very rare I come across songs like that where I just couldn't enjoy the song. I couldn't get the energy of the song, I couldn't get anything out of it. It just sounded like a horrible, squished mess. Kind of like, you know, if it wasn't for the clarity of frequencies, I wouldn't be surprised if I was listening to it through like the telephone. It was just so actually being able to hear the song and hear how the energy is supposed to be accented, which bits are supposed to have punch, is really encouraging. The recording we listened to, big thank you to Harry for providing that and doing the subtitles. I would say that this recording to me was you know, probably the best one that was available. There were some problems with it. It was a little bit crunchy on the high end, it was a bit teeth-rattlingly high biased on the EQ, and yeah, it was a bit echoey, as often is the case with live performances, but it just felt so much better because of the fact that you could really hear where the power was supposed to come in. Especially like that bridge where they had that simple but punchy riff that I really enjoyed this time around. First time round I was like, I think I should be enjoying this, but it just sounds like it's being squished. Actually a good example, imagine if you have like a nice beautiful car and then someone puts it in a car crusher. You can probably still recognise it with your car. You can probably still recognise bits of it and everything, but the shape is all gone. So that's probably the best comparison I can give for what the original version unfortunately was done to, and I would still love to hear if someone can find an unmastered version of the original Love Survive. That would be brilliant. However, this does assure me that Scandal themselves were not missing a step. The song has a good chorus. Is it like sort of legendary level? No, I think it is kind of, it's one of those ones, it's probably catchy for a day or two, but probably in the long term a bit more forgettable than some of their other choruses. They have got some fantastically catchy songs. This one's a little bit more by the numbers, but it's still catchy enough. It's still catchy enough, I think, to warrant a single, just kind of not legendary level. What makes this song really work, though, is they managed to tie it together. It flows through a lot of things, and it flows through really well. The verses, I love the call and answer thing between Haruna and Tomomi. I think as well that we were getting, there was like the Mami vocals in the chorus as well, I believe. I was trying to follow that, but whereas Tomomi and Haruna's voices are very distinguishable from each other, I think that Mami was not quite as distinguishable in her vocal tone. So I saw her singing bits, but I didn't know if she was taking lead at that point. Anyway, but it was nice to hear such a rich balance of the vocals and really be able to take it in this time. And the fact that the quick call and answer line by line by line was good as well, because it kept you experiencing that contrast between their voices rather than one verse each, where, you know, you kind of you don't get the contrast so directly in your face. So I like that. It kept it on its toes, kept the song interesting. Like I say, good chorus as well. The bridge was fun because, like I said, that punchy riff came in, and then it flowed well out of that into a last chorus that was, you know, it was your standard arrangement. There was nothing particularly, I mean, you could argue there was nothing particularly stand out at any point. And like I said, this is what I wouldn't call it sort of legendary Scandal at their best. I'm not a big fan of twiddly stuff, but I think this was in a lot of ways by the numbers, but in the best possible way. Like I say, chorus, nothing particularly stand out about it. But was it catchy? Yeah. Was it enjoyable? Yeah. Did it grow on me throughout the song? Yeah. Bridge, nothing particularly interesting that's going to change the song. I took the song in a different direction, but did it manage to accent itself with a nice punchy riff? Yeah. Verses, anything particularly stand out there? No, but they managed to maximise it by using the dual vocals. I know I'm just kind of repeating the point here, but just to kind of sum that up, that's what makes this song so interesting for me, is it's I think sometimes we say this about, you know, the better bands like Scandal. I mean better as in the sort of proven, the seasoned professionals of any style of music, even if it's just sort of Japanese pop rock. You still got the seasoned professionals of it, and it's the ability to take something that in the hands of another band perhaps would be fairly bland and phoned in, and make it into something where there's just enough of the right qualities to make you go, yeah, they're okay, that's a normal rock song, but it felt special. You know, if this was the first time you'd heard Scandal, I think you'd be more tempted to listen to more of them than you would be by many other bands picking up the same sort of basic material. So, yeah, as I say, not legendary Scandal, but certainly a really good, enjoyable song that I would be more than happy to listen to again. Would I necessarily grab it out of a collection and stick it on? To be honest, even out of a Scandal collection, I can think of Scandal songs I would rather put on, but that's in no way, like I said, disservice or discredit to this one. Still a great song. Yeah, good stuff. Against what is already a very high bar that they've set for themselves. So now comes the big question. I will now be checking out Girlfriend's cover of this song to see what they bring to it. Now, Girlfriend have been really interesting, and I'll talk about that more in the video when I do that of their review. But they are a band who seem to, a lot of the time, be able to get something out of a song that the original band, maybe original artist, maybe didn't think of, or see songs in a very different way. So considering how well Scandal appear to have maximised a relatively simple song, very interested to see what Girlfriend do with that next. So anyway, follow me onto that video, but before you do, feel free to leave your comments on this video about what you thought about this song, whether you agree with my opinions, whether you think that my opinion developing from my original review makes sense, and whether your opinion has also developed as well if you hadn't heard this song done live and had only heard the version I'd heard. Do you agree that the original version was over-compressed? What do you think of this one? Usual things. Feel free to like and subscribe while you're here. If you want to get involved in more conversation with Japanese music fans, and we've got a lot of Scandal fans following this channel as well, feel free to follow any of the other social medias linked in the description below. And a big thank you to everyone who has followed our Patreon, because you guys, I keep on saying that and it keeps on being true, you really, really, really are keeping this channel afloat. Life's not easy for anyone. Running a YouTube channel that takes hours to do, it takes effort, and so the support of you guys is a massive help. But thank you anyway for making it through to the end of this video today. Until I see you hopefully soon for the next one of these here in Japan, the Girlfriend one. It'll be out later today. For now, ciao ciao.